Okay, we have an example. 13 divided by 7 has to be multiplied by 14. Obviously, we have to follow the BEDMAS or the PEMDAS. We have to go from left to right because it's a combination of division and multiplication. We have to do the division first. But if we divide the 13 by the 7, we are ending up with the fractions. And we can't do that without a calculator. So what we do is bring some example. What are the other ways of doing it? This is pretty easy. We can divide the 25 by the 5. The answer is 5. Multiply it by the remaining 10 and the answer is easy, 50. But dividing 25, that was not an issue, but this is an issue. So if we try to divide this part into the fractional or algebraic way, 25 has to be divided by 5 in a fraction. This fraction ends up with a 5, but we keep it at the fraction. Multiply it by 10. When we have this mode, doesn't matter whether we divide the 25 by 5 or we divide the 10 by the 5. Anything on the top can be divided by so the numerator can be divided by the denominator. So we can divide the numerator by this denominator. The answer is 2, and that is a 50. It's a proof it works. Now we get rid of this example, try another one. Let's bring this example over here. Same thing, we can divide this thing very easily because it's possible. 16 divided by 4 is 4 multiplied by the 12, and 4 times 12 is 48. Or we can convert it into a fractional mode. 16 divided by 4 is 16 over 4 is the same thing, and it has to be multiplied by 12. Doesn't matter whether we divide the 16 by 4. If I divide this, it's going to be 4 times 12, same 48. Or we can divide the 12 by the 4 because the numerator always can be divided by the denominator. And the answer is 48. I think this is good enough, but just for our full satisfaction, let's try the last example. So we have a 7 and 21 with a 14. This time I'm just doing it 14 divided by the 7 into fraction mode and multiplied by 21. 21 means is 1 over 21. So 21 can be divided by the 7. The answer is 3 and is a 42. And so as 3 times 21 is also 42. Now we are 100% convinced that this works. So we don't need to divide the 13. All we can do is 13 on the top can be divided by the 7 and the whole result has to be multiplied by the 14. Once it is in the fraction mode, we can divide 14 by the 7 by mathematical law, and the answer is exactly 26. Without a calculator, it's done. Very easy.